Harbor Wetland reimagines the inner harbor waterfront through a high-performing floating landscape that seamlessly integrates ecological function with civic space. Positioned between Piers 3 and 4, the wetland and its adjacent learning dock create an immersive public environment where visitors engage directly with the natural systems of the Chesapeake Bay. Developed through years of research and collaboration, the project builds on earlier floating wetland prototypes to address challenges of water quality, buoyancy, and long-term habitat performance. A resilient pontoon structure supports native salt marsh plantings that echo the region's historic shoreline, adapting to daily tidal shifts and periodic storm events. Integrated aeration systems enhance water quality during low oxygen conditions, while cord grasses and native shrubs filter excess nutrients from upstream stormwater runoff. Together, these systems support a thriving and diverse ecosystem, attracting fish, reptiles, crustaceans, mollusks, and birds, and even marking the return of northern river otters to the inner harbor after more than a century. Beyond its ecological performance, Harbor Wetland serves as a civic landmark and accessible outdoor classroom, an urban oasis that reconnects people to water, habitat, and place. It demonstrates how green infrastructure can restore ecological balance while enriching public life, advancing a new model for resilient, nature-based urban development. Congratulations to Ayers St. Gross.
So actually, it started in 2015 whenever the National Aquarium asked us to help them develop a waterfront campus plan. And we identified areas across their campus that would exemplify all the different ecosystems that are found in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. The salt marsh was the one that we identified in the slip as the floating wetland.
It was a unique project. Not been done before, but I think it was unique because it was both water and landside. We had some static things such as the pumping and mechanical systems. So it's how do you get that's internal to a building, external, and then it's also just you're not static externally as well. It's up and down tidal fluctuations. So there's a lot of kind of malleability that had to be built into it.
Baltimore was originally salt marshes. So our site, the Inner Harbor, was all natural salt marshes. And salt marshes, act as a natural filter before the water gets released into the Chesapeake Bay. But a big part of this project was really focusing on the value that they bring to supporting habitat for wild aquatic animals.
It's a natural system, but there's a nice marriage between engineering and design and the natural system. And there's some unique things. The PET that's there, it's a type of recycled plastic, but yet it is the thing that is holding together all the grasses and all the plant material and allowing it to basically thrive and do its thing.
In a typical zoo or in an aquarium, there are species that are collected and then they are displayed for people to see them. But in this case, what we did was we built the habitat. All of the animals and the wildlife are choosing to come there. So that has been really satisfying and exciting to see. I think that we were very lucky to be able to work with them on this, and it's kind of like a once in a lifetime project, honestly. We do want to recognize the National Aquarium. We feel like we designed this with them. This was their vision that we helped make a reality, and they brought a lot of expertise, and we worked hand in hand with them. We also worked closely with our marine, civil, and structural engineers, as well as our MEP engineers, McLaren and Kovacs Whitney Engineering, and finally our CM Whiting Turner. They did a great job. This was a really challenging site to work with, and they kind of came in early in order to make sure that we could do this in a feasible way, both financially and also logistics. And they were, teammates, really from the moment they joined the project.
Having Whiting Turner early on was a benefit. They worked really well with the design team as well as the client team, and it was great because they were also forward thinking. They tried to help kind of prototypes things. They tried to help, kind of give guidance on some of the things we're suggesting. So it became a really good relationship.